Hello and welcome back to BPS TV, and once again opposite me at a secure and safe distance is Paul from Vitech Imaging Solutions. Hello Paul.
Hi Jim.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here, Paul, but I can't help but nervously notice that there's something across your middle.
Well, yes.
What's that?
Well, it's a little lockdown weight, but apart from that, it's also a slider. It's a Syrp Magic Carpet, Jim.
The Syrp Magic Carpet. Oh my God, the power of magic movement, smooth and controlled. Is that what it's offering?
Indeed it is, Jim. And I'm here today to talk about some of the range from Syrp, the slider options that we offer.
I think it's very important to have this in your kit bag, something that gives you that move in, nice and gentle, or that move to the side, nice and gentle. Yes? Yeah. Calm, controlled movement. Absolutely. We all need a bit of that, Paul, don't we? Tell me, what's this?
Okay, well, I guess just to sort of reel back 1 second on it, I mean, as you know, I mean, in Vitech Imaging Solutions, we have a number of brands, and Manfrotto, of course, has been a sort of hero brand for stability and support. And when we acquired Syrp, it was really about improving our competencies in motion.
Now, they were a New Zealand-based company, weren't they?
Yeah.
A couple of actual filmmakers, cinematographers. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Ben and Chris, who are still part of the business and really lead our innovation from New Zealand, where we have an innovation hub that's really driving a lot of mechatronic sort of design.
Mechatronic.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Mechatronic, what a great word that is. Bring forth the mechatronic that I can get some smooth movement. I like that. It's good.
No, absolutely. And so when we took on the brand and the guys, you know, some really great products. And although Syrp, you know, a lot is talked about the sort of the motion control systems, which obviously we'll cover anyway. Actually, the sliders are well worth a look on their own, and that's really what I'm here to talk about today.
Yes, they are. Now tell us, this is the more affordable end, would I be correct?
Yeah, so starting off here with the Magic Carpet. There's 3 different types of slider that Syrp do. There's the, pardon me, the Magic Carpet, the Magic Carpet Pro, and then the Magic Carpet Carbon Fibre. So the Magic Carpet, as you rightly say, is really at the value end of it, but really doesn't really skimp on performance. If you, like me, have used a number of different sliders in the past, you'll know that they operate to varying levels of performance.
That's very polite of you. Varying levels of performance. They have to be steady.
Yep.
They have to be solid, and they have to move in a smooth, to kind of speak, move in a smooth, not a jerky fashion.
Indeed, and the Magic Carpet I would certainly put up as one of the better quality versions at that lower price point. And the key reasons why it's good, I mean, the first thing, as with all the Syrp products, it's toolless. You know, to set this up, to operate it, you know, you can just simply do it, you know, out in the field. You don't need to have the right spanners or screwdrivers and things with you. You can just simply do what you need. So, for example, if you wanted to take off the end caps and carriage, you just pull off the levers,
and away it goes.
It comes.
That's brilliant.
Very easy to operate. Likewise, if you want to take the track off, there we go. And
all straight off.
Put that down, and then the carriage is there.
Yeah.
A nice touch to this, screw threads. On some sliders, you'll find these screw threads kind of fixed in.
Yeah.
And I've certainly had situations where the screw loosens, and you're trying to get heads off and things. That could be a problem. I mean, it's just not a problem with this, because you simply pull this little lever.
Yep.
And the screw thread pops out.
Ah.
So you've got this lovely little simple square screw thread, 3/8 on one side, 1/4 on the other.
Yeah.
And so if you want to just change it around to just put the camera on, it's so easy. And
that is simple. And you've got this blue adapter as well. You can adjust, can't you, the friction?
Yeah, you can adjust basically to adjusting how far apart the wheels are.
Yeah.
Now that's very useful if you work in different temperature differentials, going for a very cold day where metals can contract. It's a very warm environment. So say you're flying, hopefully we'll fly again. If you're flying with something and obviously you need to readjust something, then it simply means you can do that, so it's nice and solid. And you've
got a good run through. You can absolutely, and also depending on the weight of your camera package on top, that sometimes affects it as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and it just means that it's running on the right parts of the roller.
Yeah.
Other things as well. It's very easy to replace these rollers if you need to. They're not particularly expensive at all. And you can buy these because wheels on a slide like this are one of the things that tends to go before anything else. So we'll put this back on.
The length of this is modular too, isn't it? So if I want, I've got a certain length there, but if I wanted to double it or triple it, I can.
Well, what you can do with the Magic Carpet is that you can buy it in different lengths. So when you buy a kit like this, so this is the medium kit, costs about 280 plus VAT. And for that, you get the 1 metre track, which is a solid piece of aluminium. The tubes and the base are all a single unit. And you get the end caps and carriage kit as well. If you decided that you only wanted a 60 centimetre run, you can buy a 60 centimetre track on its own and still use the same end caps and carriage.
Same bits,
we also do a 1.6 metre track as well.
Yeah.
So you can move within that. You can also use this as well as horizontally, you can use it vertically as well. And you'll notice at the back here, you've got these sort of mint blue, green runners. So you can attach a cable, and there is actually a rope in the box. Tie it to this hole here. Put it through the runner. So you put it at an angle or even fully vertical, and then you can put the weight down, and you match it to the package that's on there, and it allows you to do that at different angles. So if you want to do it both manually or with motion systems, it makes it very easy. Other nice touches as well. You've obviously got the cork base on here to make sure it's nice and grippy when you're putting a head or motion system on it. On the bottom, you've got the cork as well for attaching onto some sort of support.
Now, I was going to say, just talking support for 2 seconds. So you might traditionally have, obviously, a tripod in the middle, but a quick thing here. It's nice to see if I had like 2 monopods. And I wanted, because obviously I want to avoid any flex when I get to the end of my run.
Absolutely.
If I don't want to carry 2 tripods, I can just have a tripod and a monopod, or 2 or 1 in the middle with a quick monopod either side. And that's just a really fast way of just getting support straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think actually how you support these is key. If we were using this, say, on a video support, I don't know, say one of our 504X, for example, you could mount it centrally. And for relatively lightweight systems, I think that would work very well. Whilst this has a 5 kilo payload, this slider, if you were using something up at that top end, you've got to think about the fact that as you're moving away from the top of the tripod...
I mean, I'm fussy about that as well, because a little movement, even if it's not that moving, it's just the whole thing, it's trying to complete the circle. Do you know what I mean? Even sometimes I've done is if I've got it there, I'll just put a bar from there onto the tripod, so that actually it can't do that because it's part of the structure.
Absolutely, and often people use things like magic arms to
that
a couple of clamps.
In a hurry, that'll get you out of jail. I like the fact the legs obviously adjust to different heights as well. So depending if your landscape is less than flat.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you've got on these legs is that you've not only got them so that they articulate different positions, but you've also got the fact that, you might know this, but these rubber feet just screw in and out, so you can fine-tune it if it's not quite level. No. So it does make it really easy to make sure that it's absolutely bang on. And
there's a spirit level on the spirit level there, so you can check exactly.
Absolutely. And you've also got, on the end of these, you've got the rope ties for the motion systems as well. So I guess, the thing about Magic Carpet, this is good value. This is the sort of thing that you can add to your toolkit without really having to invest massively, without knowing necessarily you're going to use it every time, and it'll work well. What you can also do, if you own a package like this and you want to move upwards, you can buy the carbon fibre system. So rather than this aluminium track, it uses 2 carbon fibre bars and bracings throughout. Now, the nice thing about those are they're only 60 centimetres long, so they're great for travel. So if you are shooting some slightly far-flung locations, then it's easy to put into a bag. Not only that, you can extend it, and the 60 centimetre extensions can be bought and just popped on. And again, they fold down to next to nothing. So you could have 2-3 metres of track if you need, without taking much space at all. And if you've already got the investment in the end caps and carriage, you can use those as well.
Sure.
So that's that. But then I really want to move up to the, I guess the one I like the most, which is the Magic Carpet Pro.
Well, we all want to be pros. That's what we dream of, Paul. And here we go. Now, I like this too. I like this. This is for your heavier cameras, your FX9s, or your C300 Mark IIIs, or your Reds, your Arris, whatever. This is, and I have to say, the quality of the movement, even without a motor on that, is just beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the Magic Carpet Pro, where the standard Magic Carpets will go up to 5 kilos, these are up to 32 kilos.
Yes.
So like you say, a nice
That'll do me even after a lockdown.
Well, you know, it'll do pretty much any camera package you could think of, really.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can see it instantly. You know, you've got these thicker tubes.
Yeah.
It's certainly a lot more sturdy. This one's the short 60 centimetre version. There's two different lengths you can buy it in, 60 or 90 centimetres. And actually what's great about it is that, again, it's modular, so you can clip these together.
Yeah.
So if you start with a short or a medium and then you buy another...
And this is the short?
This is the short,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Then you can keep adding them in. So again, you can create, you know, an infinitely extendable slider system.
That's a nice length, though, to go on a medium-sized sticks with a decent camera package on top, because it still gives you, you know, anything above 40 mil. That's still quite a lot of movement.
Yeah.
You know, on a super wide, you might want a bit more, but that's still enough to drift up and down very gently. It's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. But the good thing is it doesn't just stop there.
No.
So what have you got? You've got the upgraded end caps, first of all.
Yeah.
So when you move the feet now, they're actually clickable. So you've actually got very defined positions in them. Again, slightly beefed up for the extra payload. Still got the adjustable feet as well.
Absolutely.
If we just take these off, and these you actually adjust on the track this time. So you've still got the same bits that we talked about before. You've still got the runner if you wanted to do it vertically or an angle. And then you've got the carriage. I'll just take this off to show. Now this carriage is where there's a number of improvements as well. First thing, as you mentioned, there is a better, smoother performance because you've got this flywheel built in. Yeah. And that extra weight and that movement just means that it becomes a very organic movement that you're doing. So what you've got, again, you've got the adjustable runners. So again, you can just tweak it depending on the conditions that you're in. You've got the leveling bubble as well. You can engage and disengage the flywheel through there. And what that does is it moves this little sort of counter wheel underneath in against the slider track. So it gives you a nice solid connection. And you'll see on the track as well that there's actually a sort of friction bar.
Yeah, friction bar.
Here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Another nice thing about this as well is it's quick release.
I know what you're going to show me, because I think quick release is brilliant.
So you just pop it across.
Yeah, and out it comes.
And then you push it in.
That's right.
And there it goes. So leave that on top on your head.
I was going to say, you leave that on your head so that the minute you get to the location, you literally bang straight on the sticks or on the ground. Head goes pop straight on. You don't have to have the head affixed the whole time. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. And it makes it easy to operate. Also, that quick release system is also built into the Genie 2 motion systems as well.
That's right.
So if you are using the linear device or the pan tilt, again, you can click them straight in. So it's just, you're not messing about trying to spin them around or anything like that. It's just very easy to operate. Again, it uses the square threads, so you can swap it from 1/4 inch to 3/8. What you also have with this, though, is you will see that little silver bit there.
Yes.
That's a grub screw. So if you are locking it onto a head, then it means that you can put the head onto it with the thread, and then you screw that in, and it stops it unscrewing. Yeah. So especially if you're panning as well with a fluid head, then it just means that you've got extra protection to it. And like I say, when you're ready, you just clip it in.
Easy.
And then you pop it over.
Look, simple, very good.
So yeah, certainly something that you would pair it with higher end kit. Yeah. You know, a price point, you're looking about 900 plus VAT for the short slider system. Yeah. So actually, I think quite a reasonable price all in, really, for what it's doing and for the sort of.
And it's something that's going to last years. Yeah. Absolute years. I mean, and particularly, I was impressed by the movement. I can't stress enough how nice it is without a motor. I know you can motorize it. Okay, but just as a physical, being able to slide it gently, it gives you that extra axis.
Well, and that weight in the flywheel just means that you do get these lovely sort of soft eases in and out on the movement, and so you can do nice manual movement, like you say.
I like a manual movement. Anyway, move on.
So, so that's Magic Carpet Pro, and so that's the 3 pieces in it. Yeah. So you can buy these on their own, or we sell them also with packages with motion systems in as well. Yeah. But you know, certainly I think Magic Carpet Pro, you know, if you are looking to add movement to a sort of a higher end camera system, then it's certainly the thing that I'd be looking at.
Absolutely, thank you. Well, thank you, Paul. That is very interesting. We've got the more affordable, and then we've got the more professional range. Great to understand them a bit better, and I hope you find that useful. Speak to you soon.
Cheers.
Take care. Bye.